Breaking club news with a rebel grin. From the stands to the mic, they bring the fire, fueling foreign fans with pure desire. It's blue, it's white, it's worldwide pride. We're the insiders, we're all on side. Every chant, every kick, every rise and fall, we follow it all. We're answering the call. Malaga insiders plug us in. Breaking club news with a rebel grin. From the stands to the mic, they bring the fire, fueling foreign fans with pure desire. It's blue, it's white, it's worldwide pride. We're the insiders, we're all on side.
More than a decade of dedication to Malaga Club de Football deserves more than a simple goodbye. After 10 years of commitment, and especially the last seasons as head of press, it is impossible to let this moment pass without saying what truly needs to be said in football. The spotlight almost always shines on the players and the coaching staff. The goals, the victory, the defeats, they are a visible part of the story. But what many people forget is that behind the scenes, there are people who quietly carry the club forward every single day, without noise, without headlines, and without seeking recognition. You are one of those people. For the last 5 years, we had the privilege of working closely with you. You were not only the head of press, you were someone who believed. You believed in us when we were just starting. You trusted what we were building with the Gearycast and Malaga Insiders. You trusted me. And what we do every single week simply would not have been possible without that trust. When the club went through its most difficult moments, when it would have been easy to walk away, you stayed. That says more about you than any title ever could. Loyalty during success is common. Loyalty during hardship defines character. You were the first person at Malaga to truly believe in us, and that belief gave us confidence, responsibility, and motivation. It pushed us to be better. It made us feel part of something bigger. Thank you for your professionalism, your loyalty, your resilience, and above all, your faith in us. Clubs move forward, seasons change, people come and go, but the impact of those who build from behind the scenes remains. You will always be part of this story. With gratitude and deep respect. Thank you, Victor Verbel. My name is Chris Marquez, and welcome to another episode of the Malaga Insiders. I'm not alone because I cannot do it alone. We have a great team lined up for you to talk about Malaga Club de Football. If you don't understand them, it's not their fault. They're just Scottish. Um, I have, let's start with Paul Henhan. Welcome, Paul.
Good evening, Chris. How are you doing?
My Scottish is improving. I can understand you both now after this season.
That's great. That's an improvement.
And on the other side of Scotland, is it far from you, Paul?
Yes, it's the other side of Scotland. Yeah,
If you need to walk it, it's far.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah, even when your name is Johnny Walker. It's Caleb. Welcome, Caleb.
How you doing, guys? How you doing? Glad to be back on. I've missed the last couple of podcasts, so I'm buzzing to be on with you tonight.
Yeah, you were on kids duty.
I've been on kids. Kids were on the February holiday last week, so the house was absolutely mayhem, mate. Not a minute's peace. Me and the wife were very busy. From the minute you wake up to the minute you go to bed, and yeah, so back to nursery, school now, so a bit more relaxed, but it's as I say, it's good to be back on with you guys and talk some Malaga.
Where it is also relaxed now is at Malaga Club de Football because Malaga won this weekend against Albacete. None of you were there. I was the only one there, and I've noticed that you weren't there. And as always, there's two people from England who are almost always there. I won't say their names because I don't know if they want to be get a mention, but it was great seeing them again. Who were also there was our starting 11, starting off with Alfonso Herrero on goal. Carlos Puga also made it to La Rosaleda last Sunday. Einar back. Chupe was there. David La Rubia started. Joaquin started. Doutor started. Murillo started. Dani Lorenzo. Isa Merino and Rafita. I won't call the names who were on the bench because that would be boring. But what did you guys think of the starting 11?
Back to normal, I think. It's the first time we've had the normal lineup that we've come to expect under Funes since the home win at Burgos. Obviously, injuries and suspensions have played a part in the changing lineup, but it was back to I think the preferred 11 of Funes, so that was good to see from my perspective.
I think if you would tell me 4 months ago that this lineup would be back to normal, I would probably have called you crazy.
Yeah.
What did you think of the lineup, Caleb?
Just piggybacking off what you and Paul said, I think right now that's the strongest 11 that Malaga can field right now. For me, I think that's the strongest 11. I felt having Einar back and Izan Moreno back in that sort of the spine defensive midfield, I felt we just looked so much more solid defensively. We restricted Dayton very little, and I was very impressed with the style of football, the tempo, the intensity. Something like, the quality of football was really impressive, and probably should have been more than 1-0. But I would say that for me is the strongest 11 that Malaga can play right now.
I don't want to start talking already about Einar, but I wasn't the one starting it. When Einar plays at the back, you directly feel that
So much calmer.
that
Yeah.
calm back.
Agreed. Yeah.
The first minutes I already noticed I could be calm because Einar and Murillo were at the back.
Yeah.
That says a lot about Einar, and it says a lot about Murillo.
Yes.
Who wasn't there the first 4 minutes?
You.
Fans. Well, you lot in the front
You
row.
lot.
Yeah,
You lot, yeah.
me and the Fernando weren't there.
You would have been there, Paul. You would have been there for the
I would have been, yeah.
for the kickoff.
Absolutely.
We were on time. So what happened? Last week, Fondo Sur announced that they were going to do a protest where we would enter the ground 4 minutes after the match has started. And while we are waiting down at the toilets at the, how do you call that area?
Concourse.
Yes.
Yeah, on the concourse. While we were there, a few members of Fondo Sur entered the pitch, or not the pitch, but the ground with, dressed up like burglars with money bags, representing the refs and the bad refereeing over the past months of Spanish football. What do you think about these kind of actions?
Does it make any difference? I don't know. Did the league take any notice of it, or the refereeing association takes any notice of it? But I know that it wasn't just at La Rosaleda, was it? It was elsewhere as well. And the standard of refereeing in the Segunda, and to a lesser extent probably in the Primera as well, hasn't been great this season at all.
And that's the thing, not only because we're not only talking about this protest, but probably every protest in the world which is happening. Would it change anything? I've never seen a change after protest.
No.
But I think staying quiet or not doing anything means you're accepted.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think it's good. I think I miss the Chinese dragons coming on the pitch for the Chinese New Year. But I think it's important, and I think it's good. It was a good protest. Think it worked out very well. Unluckily, the press got aware of it,
Yeah.
and that made it a bit, well, not so. Doesn't give you the effect you really want to
Yeah.
have.
And it was peaceful, Chris. There wasn't any trouble. And I think that's the most important thing as well. If you're protesting, you're doing it right, you're not affecting anybody else, you weren't causing a disruption to the gameplay. You were making yourselves heard in a way that was obviously respectable, but at the same time, you were making your voice heard. And
Yeah.
that's the way. That is the way to do it. Like, because there is a lot of, a lot of other countries, and a lot of other teams in other countries that'll maybe do it differently, and then fines start happening, the club starts getting fined, and you start getting a bad name for yourself. But I think that the way you've done it was totally respectful. It didn't interfere with the match play. So 100%, if you felt that your voices were heard, then that's the main thing, and that's what it's all about.
So I think it's a good protest. So from here, I want to say good job Van Doosur for
Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
for not accepting everything in regards of referees.
Oh, it's been terrible, Chris.
And we don't know if something will change. We just don't know where this will end. But I think it's good to speak out, and I like the way they did it.
Yeah. Agreed.
My question to you guys, because I was protesting, did I miss something in the first 4 minutes?
Can't remember. Don't think much happened in the first 4 minutes, did it?
No, we were on. Didn't get me wrong. We were on it for the get go. Like
Yeah.
maybe not any chances, but some of the football Malaga were playing was like, I've not seen it in a while. Like we've played some good stuff this year, but recent weeks that's the best I've seen us in a while.
Yeah.
In regard to moving the ball about, creating chances, and just looking more solid. Albacete didn't really. They had that chance right after half time, but apart from that, they had the one that was whizzed across the face of the goal, but. Apart from that was really it.
Well,
It was Malaga that was doing all the pressing.
While Caleb is already in the second half, I'm still. We are still in the first half.
Reasonably.
What I noticed from the first half was a good Malaga who controlled the ball, had the ball, didn't see any mistakes. Probably you should. The only thing you can criticize, if you can have any criticism, is that maybe they had to score a goal already in the first half.
Oh yeah.
But I saw an in control Malaga being calm, creating, getting dangerous. Saw good movement on the pitch, good actions. Joaquin was on fire.
Yeah.
I saw good defending. I mean, what I saw was the perfect match.
Yeah, proper team display, wasn't it?
But without
Front to back.
first half.
Yeah. I mean, we had a few chances in the first half. Doctor had a header straight at the keeper. He had another one where he should have hit the target. He blazed it well wide. Joaquin had that one where he went through and he just got the last suppose touch before teeing himself up the shot. It just got caught under his feet and the defender got back. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it was the whole game. I thought we were dominant. But yeah, I think we should have been at least one, possibly two up at half time, given the way we were playing. But it's that clear-cut chances. There was a couple of chances there. I suppose Daughter's one where he put it miles wide. He should have hit the target there. Should have scored really. If it fell to anybody else, I think the keeper would have had to make a save or it was a goal. But yeah, we need to start asserting our authority a wee bit more and scoring from these chances.
I was looking at it, guys.
Daughter had some big chances.
Yeah.
And he should at least made one. But luckily for us, in the second half, because the second half started off actually pretty good, and pretty soon after 54 minutes, it was the moment we have been waiting for, I guess, since August, with a low assist from Rafita, a very easy assist. It was Joaquin Munoz at the center of the box of Albacete, who perfectly put it in the top right corner of the net.
Yeah, I'm going to rewind it a bit though for that. I mean, that was good play at the edge of their box, but it all started from Danny Lorenzo in our box, and that in our 6-yard box where he took the boy on and turned him inside out in our box. Thinking, oh God, what are we doing here? Played a 1-2 with a feet in, and then he pinged this brilliant ball out to the the right wing, and it all started from that, and it was it was a fantastic build up.
It was that build up. You're right. I forgot about the build up. And I saw it because it's everywhere, I believe, on X.
Yeah, the way they played out for the back, because it looked like the Albacete had pressed, got actually a good press on us, but the composure on the ball to play out of that was really impressive.
Yeah,
it looks like it looked like it wasn't Malaga, but Real Madrid, for example.
It was definitely
such a build up.
Yeah, it was definitely not at the standard that you would see a lot of teams playing in the Segunda. A lot of teams in La Liga don't even really, you didn't really see. You see some of it for certain teams, but to see that for a team in Segunda it just shows you that if you're coached the right way, then players are comfortable on the ball and you can do that kind of thing. Yeah, it was really impressive.
That's it, isn't it? It's the confidence on the ball.
Yes.
It was. I mean, it's Lorenzo taking the ball into his own box, into the 6-yard box, and beating the boy, putting him one way then the other. You're thinking, oh, where is he going with this? But he never lost the ball, played the 1-2, and it's just the confidence, isn't it? And then it's Danny Lorenzo who's been playing brilliantly anyway. So
just a massive difference having him back, isn't it? He's a class above, and you miss him when he's not there. And that's nothing against Aaron Ochoa. He's a great young player. His time will come, but definitely Danny Lorenzo right now is probably at the peak of his powers, and when he's on it for Malaga, Malaga will be a hard team to beat.
This is Joaquin Munoz's first goal of the season, and we didn't criticize him because he always brings something we love to see. We call it not being lucky yet. Is he loose now? This gives confidence. I mean,
I don't know. I mean, scoring the confidence a world of good, but maybe if he's feeling that way, but I don't think he should be, because when we play the 3 up front with him on one side, Larubia on the other, and Chupe in the middle, I think that's the best lineup we've got. And the two of them playing wide, Larubia and Joaquin, I think they're brilliant and stretching defences, and sometimes his crossing could be a bit better and picking the right option at that point in time. But I mean, as a fan, I would be saying, well, he doesn't need to be having his head going down, and this bringing him back, it will give him confidence, but I don't think it needs to in that sense.
No, I agree with you that I don't think he needs to, but it's last season he scored 10 goals, I believe.
Yeah.
This season, now he just scored the first. That's a relief going off from a player, I guess, and maybe this will give him the confidence to score more goals. Or I think when you're an attacker and you're not a striker, I don't blame him for not having scored yet. But I can understand that the longer you're not scoring a goal, when last season you scored 10, will be the pressure will grow every week on you. And although I think it shouldn't.
Yeah. It depends what Funes is saying to him as well, though, doesn't it? I mean, if he's confident in the fact that he's contributing to the team scoring goals, and the team getting 3 points, then as a manager, and you would be happy with that, even when he's not directly scoring.
It's also the way he scored, which is very nice.
Yeah, he's not been a regular either. He's not like he's played every single week. There has been periods in the season where he's been took out the team and somebody else has played, or there's maybe been a slight change in formation. But I think, like you said, Chris, it just shows you that nobody's really mentioned the fact that he's not scored a lot of goals, and that's probably testament to his all-round performance. Without scoring, he's still contributing in some way.
Brings danger.
Yeah,
it always brings you danger on the wing. There hasn't been a match where he didn't cause any danger to the rivals.
And he's also building up a good relationship with Rafita, because you've seen it with the goal. Yeah. Rafita's went on the outside, he's then went inside, and for they two to combine for the goal. And I think we're getting that on both sides. with Puga and Larubia as well. They two are really linking up, and obviously we're seeing it on the other side. It's it's, as I say, their combinations are vital for any team, and he's definitely got a connection with Rafita. You can see that.
I think, and that's the most important thing, playing the way Malaga plays with Puga coming up and Rafita coming up as well.
Yes.
Is that they cover each other, that they take over each other's positions. And if the four players on the wings can do that, I think we are very dangerous.
Yeah.
And I think La Rubia and Joaquin both have the possibility also to, once they take over a position, to put enough pressure to get the ball again when you lose the ball.
Yeah.
Cover the ball.
And that's, I think, we mentioned that earlier in the season. That's something I think under Pellicer that wasn't happening.
No.
And I think now, and I think it's the Funes way of playing. It's the pressure, the pressure on the ball. If you've lost it, get back and make sure that you're hassling the players and get that back as quickly as possible. But in combination with that, it's getting that relationship on both wings between your fullback and your winger as well, and consistency in the lineups, which we never really had under Pellicer, is really contributing towards that, and we're benefiting from it.
Yeah.
Do we have any negatives after this match?
Not for me.
Yeah, one. Going back to the referees, I thought it was a penalty on Dani Lorenzo.
Yeah, did you think?
I think so, yeah. He was way across the ball, the boy pulled his shirt.
It happened too far away from me. When I saw the images, I thought, that's the moment you won. And when you win, you think, but yeah, maybe it was a penalty.
Yeah.
It was more penalty than the one in Miranda.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
This is the problem that we're talking about, Chris. Somewhere else in Spain, that's given over that weekend, that'll be given as a penalty. There's just no consistency anywhere. Do you know, 1 week it's a penalty, and then the next week it's not. Like, this is why we're on about the referees so much. It's like, why is there so much inconsistency? But inconsistently just bad. Do you know what? And that's what the angers you. It's not the fact that you've maybe not got a penalty. It's the fact that you're watching other games and you're seeing them given. It's like, well, why is it being given there? Because they all have to play by the same rules. All the referees are playing by the same rules. So why is it a penalty in one game and it's not a penalty in another? It doesn't make sense. And this is why fans get angered so much. And I agree with Paul. That's, another ref maybe gives that.
Yeah, I totally agree. If you guys had to pick a best player of the match.
I'll let you go first, Paul.
But who I'm going to pick, Dani Lorenzo.
Yes. I thought Einar is just coming back in, steadying the ship, clean sheet. And I know it's not just him for the clean sheet, but I just seen a massive difference in calmness in the way that team defended. And I know it wasn't just down to him, but I thought that he just brings a calmness. And obviously Izan Moreno in the midfield as well, just having him, Dani Lorenzo starting. But for me, it was Einar was the man in the match. I just thought that he was jockeyed, marshalled that defence superbly, along with the other boy as well. Is it Murillo? Montero?
Murillo, yeah.
Murillo, yeah. I thought the both of them were really. But Einar was my man in the match.
You, Paul?
Dani Lorenzo for me. I thought just the way they were attacking and everything pretty much went through him as we went forward. And only in addition to that, we took the boy out with the wee back heel as well. Well, two of them out actually.
Yeah, you can't argue with that. You can't argue with that either. He has been really good, to be fair. Really good.
That was so crazy. Doing that in your own box.
I know.
Yeah.
It's confidence, way.
Pure class.
That's what confidence does, man.
I would have given it to Doutor if he scored.
Well, that's the reason why he's not got it, because he should have scored the second one. The first one with the header was a difficult one. He could have made the keeper work a bit harder, but the second one was unforgivable for me.
Yeah. That's not his game though, is it? Goal scoring midfielder's not. No. But as you say, he does need to be scoring it. I'm not caring if you're not known as a goal scoring midfielder. There is just some chances that a professional football player should be scoring, but apart from that, I think they were all the whole 11 was amazing.
For me,
I think
the best on the pitch was.
Sorry, Chris, I'm just going to say there. I think the games when they weren't when that team wasn't playing, that 11 wasn't playing, it was noticeable. You know, when we had Juanpi and Arnacho Maloney coming in against Larry Albi and Resio and Rafa coming in against Mirandez and for the changes, you know, that's for me maybe why we didn't play as well, and having that 11 back together again. And it's, I mean, you could pick your best player, but when that 11 are playing together and as good as that, then they're all playing fantastically. I don't think there was anybody under an 8 in that performance.
Do you know who else had a chance, guys? We forgot. Remember, Isa Moreno had the shot that the keeper made a good save for. He had a good effort as well. It was just, you didn't see him that far up the pitch half the time. So it was just one that sort of jumped into my mind there when we were just talking about chances.
When Chris mentioned the negativity, I wasn't going to bring this up, but I thought Chupe, having played the ball in there, should have been moving towards the goal, and he would have had a tap in.
Yeah,
you know, because after he's had a dummy that got the pass from Chupe, Chupe just stood.
That was a lovely dummy.
He should have been, once he passed it, he should have been right into the 6-yard box waiting, and he would have had a tap in. And I think that's what's missing in his game a wee bit. Chupe, he's only a youngster, you know, but he needs to have that killer instinct of need to get closer to the goal, in and around the box. For that could have been a tap in to make it 2-0, you know.
We've not had a striker score a goal since Burgos. The Burgos win at home. None of the strikers have scored since we beat Burgos 3-0 at home.
I think they are on dry January and February.
And then let's hope.
Let's hope March it will be over.
Yes.
I mean,
that doesn't bode well for Saturday, given that's only 28th of February, but never mind.
But like that's a good thing though, guys, as well. Like you were saying, we're getting goals from other places. We're not really noticing it because we're getting goals. Other people are contributing, and that's what you want. You didn't just want to leave it to the strikers. As much as it's good for your strikers to be scoring 20 goals a season, if you've got midfielders and wingers that can chip in with goals, Einar chipped in with a couple.
I also don't think it's good when strikers don't score for a long time.
No, I do agree with that.
So it's good that you have people who can score a goal. But you don't want Chupe to be without 6 matches without a goal.
No, that's right.
I think that's important as well. Malaga won. But what happened on the other football pitches in Segunda División? Cádiz lost at home against Real Sociedad B. Racing Santander won at home against Burgos. Andorra won against Zaragoza, and Zaragoza got a red card and is in very, very dangerous situation now. Zaragoza. Big trouble. Sporting Gijón drew against Valladolid. Valladolid, another team in trouble, if you ask me. Las Palmas drew 1-1 against Castellón with a red card for Castellón. Almería won at home 2-1 against Córdoba. Huesca lost away at Mirandés. La Coruña won 1-0 against Eibar, and La Coruña got a red card. Leganés drew 1-1 against Cultural, and Ceuta won against our rival next Saturday, Granada. 3 red cards in Segunda this weekend.
Par for the course, isn't it?
Yeah, thankfully none of them were ours.
Yeah.
For a change.
That brings us to the situation where Racing Santander is first on the table. Castellón is second. Almería third. La Coruña fourth. Malaga fifth. And Las Palmas sixth. And Córdoba is playing tonight, and I don't know if it's finished yet or what the score is. But Ceuta was winning, and that leaves Córdoba for now, but I don't know how it ended. Córdoba 7th on the table. In dangerous positions, Zaragoza in the last position of the table, 22nd. Mirandés, 21st. Cultural Leonesa, 20th on the table, and Real Valladolid, 19th. And those are the 4 positions for relegation. Granada is climbing and seems to have found a good form just in time, I guess, because they are also in a dangerous position.
Yeah.
What do you guys
Well,
think?
Until they lost to Ceuta at the weekend, they were on their way back, weren't they? They'd won. I think they'd won three of the last 4 games before that. Before
I
they
have
lost
a
to
different
Ceuta.
stat. I have a different stat. I have 3 losses and 2
draws.
and 3 losses and 2 wins in the last 5.
Yeah. Before Ceuta, they'd lost 1 and won 3. Yeah. So that they were on their it looked like they were on their way back. With the climb in the table there, but I know that setback last week against Ceuta has obviously stalled that a bit. Hopefully, we can stall it even further this weekend.
Yeah, I've always seen them as quite consistent and inconsistent. Just when I just looked at the results and I seen they hadn't really went on like a run or anything. There wasn't a lot of wins, there wasn't like a row of defeats. But what we do know is we were 2-0 up against them the last time at La Rosaleda, and we let them back in the game. And at the end of the day, I think derby matches, you know as well as me, guys, form goes out the window. It doesn't matter how good you're playing. When it comes to a derby, that kind of sort of just derbies take care of themselves. So I wouldn't look too much into the form guides when when you're playing in sort of local derbies. But what I will say is that we need to be obviously cautious. You can't be having a 2-goal lead and throwing it away like we did. Obviously, being away from home, it'll maybe be a bit different this time. We're definitely, you need to be a bit cautious of the fact that you're going in. You didn't want to be too overconfident. We're on a good run right now. So, but for me, I don't. If Malaga play anywhere near the best, I can't see Granada really. I wouldn't think that they would be able to beat Malaga.
We still have to do the preview, guys.
Right. Okay.
don't go too quick.
I thought that's what we were doing. Chris, I thought that's what we were doing.
Zaragoza, he's going from the first half directly into the second, and now he's already talking about the
I know.
I
trying to get this.
I know Malaga is exciting these days, but
I'm trying to get this podcast under an hour. One day.
So we'll be proud of you. On 22nd position on the table, last on the table, is Zaragoza with 6 points behind safe spot.
What's happened today, mate? Another giant just.
Yeah.
It's like the lower leagues of Spain's like a graveyard for massive clubs just now, man. It's crazy.
I mean, do Eddie, Paul? Do you think they're? I mean, 6 points is a lot at this stage.
It is a lot. Yeah, I don't see them clawing it back, particularly the way they've been performing this season.
Yeah, you can't look at them and say they're good enough to go on a run. You didn't look at Zaragoza and look, they could go on a run, winning 4 or 5 games. That's very hard in this league. We all know that.
And the most dangerous thing is that their stadium is getting renovated this season.
So they're not even playing it
for the World Cup.
Yeah. No, I can't see them coming back.
Their situation is really, really, really poor. They're in real trouble. So at that point, I think good that we said no to the World Cup.
Yeah.
Let's go to the news. Because there's a lot I have to tell, a lot I have to say. Darko Brasanac, let's start with good news, is back and fully training with the team. I'm not sure where we will put him, but it's an extra guy back on the bench.
Yeah. No, he's been, I don't know where we'll put him either. I think I said at the start of the season it was a good signing with his experience and playing for obviously for Osasuna and that. But yeah, he's going to have a hard time trying to get back in that team.
But maybe we also thought the same about Autor a few months ago.
Yes, yeah.
and out of need we had to play him, and he's now like I don't know.
What worries
Pirlo.
me though is his age. Has he got the legs to play with the intensity that Malaga play with right now? You know
Yeah.
that midfield covers a lot of ground. They do a lot of running. It's I hate to say it, but it's a young man's game in there, isn't it? And he's obviously the wrong side of 30. It's at the end of the day, it's good to have somebody with that experience, but I
Yeah.
just think he could struggle maybe with the way that we play. But end of the day, we'll soon see.
Who is also back, fully training with the team, just in time for next Saturday. You, most of you probably don't know he wasn't even he was even gone. Is La Rubia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
He's back in full training. The one who also got not also, but the player that got subbed,
I know.
Einar.
Yeah.
Montero come on for him, didn't he?
Yeah, in the 85th minute. And Einar doesn't look very good for upcoming weekend.
Oh, really? Is he? Oh, God.
So I don't expect him. From what I've heard, is that they don't know yet what it is. We don't know if it's small, if it's big, but there's
Yeah.
just campaigns, and it makes sense because at this stage of the league, you were starting to feel pain because it's a lot of
Yeah.
physical
Physicality. Yeah.
a lot of charges on your muscles. It's that moment of the season where the pains start to hit you.
Yeah.
So I don't think he will be there for Granada, but I don't know because who am I? Who am I?
The main man.
I don't know. There was an interesting article of Radio Marca Malaga, and this is where it gets dangerous because the article was about the playoff stats. And according to Radio Marca, Malaga would need 21 points to be able to get in the playoff spots,
Okay.
to get a chance of going towards playoffs. They have looked at the average since 2010. Finishing in sixth place usually requires 64.8 points. That gives you almost guaranteed spot. There have been all kinds of seasons. Oviedo 24 and Osasuna 2016 made it with 64, which tells us that at the very least you need to break the 60-point barrier to have any real chance. But you also have to be careful because it's not always that cheap. The record for toughest requirement belongs to Cordoba in the season 2011-2012, who needed 71 points to finish sixth. On the other end of the spectrum, there have been years when sixth place was practically on sale at 61 points, as happened with Elche during the pandemic season and with Cordoba in 2014. This means that if Malaga would win the remaining 7 home matches left this season, they could start looking at playoffs because we have now 44, 7 home matches left. If you win them all, it would be 21 points, would give you 65 points. The best thing would be for the people who watched the Einar Galilea interview in our series of In the Stands with, if we could end the season with 67 points.
Okay.
Because then we have 6-7 back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yes.
I don't know. So I don't want to talk about playoffs that much, but yeah, you have to, at one point, you have to start mentioning once, you have to do the calculations at one point. We did it now. Now it's time to forget about it unless anyone wants to say something about it before we close the book.
I'm already planning my trip over for the promotion party, but I'm meant to let you Ken. I meant to tell you later on, but I thought I'd wait till the podcast came on, wait till you mentioned it, bring me in. But yeah, I'm already planning it, my man. Promotion party, catch up with you guys when I'm over. A few cold ones, promotion party, Chris. We're having it.
Feels so wrong. This feels so wrong.
I just want us to get the 50 points, so we're not getting relegated.
Yeah.
Then we can worry about it later on.
Yeah. In all honesty, guys, how many more points are available to play for? Is it 45? Or am I miscalculating? Because I'm not great with maths.
45,
15
yeah.
games, 15
Yeah.
games left, 3 points, so it should be 45.
Yeah.
So you need, right, okay. 45 points. We're on 44 just now. After how many games?
27.
27, but then obviously you look at the trajectory since Funes has came in. You know what we'd be obviously looking to get now based on point accumulation. We should be yeah. I'm not going to get Chris too worked up. I can see he's turning red over there, so I'm not going to say too much else. I've let him know the plans. The plan is for me, I'll be over for the promotion party. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not going to lie. I don't even know if I would survive playoffs.
And then you've got to do your walk. Don't forget that, Chris. You've got to do your walk.
I don't think I'm mentally capable of surviving playoff matches. It almost killed me 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
And even more. I mean, Celta Fortuna was quite doable. Nastic at home was doable.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see another Nastic de Tarragona match again in my life.
That's the magic of football, isn't it? Just that
feeling. Well, when
you
you think of that feeling.
Yeah.
Were you in Scotland at that moment, Paul? Yeah.
Yeah, I was here. Yeah, I couldn't get a flight to Reyes, so I couldn't go.
Did you have the Giricos stream on?
No, I was watching it live. Can't remember how I was watching it live, but no, it was on the RFAF TV, wasn't it? That was what I was watching it on.
Was it? I mean, that feeling after that Antonito Cordero goal.
Oh yeah, it was just mental. I think half the street here heard me screaming after that went in.
That's
I have a picture of my neighbor sitting on the floor, crying like a little kid. It was such a crazy match because you need 2 goals and everybody forgets about the first one, isn't it? It's the only goal. The first one was so
the tap, but not the tap in, but the keeper saved it, didn't he? And he put it in.
Yeah.
I did. I mean, yeah. What made it? Obviously, going back to that, what made it a bit weird was that because the ref had taken everybody off,
the
clock was still going. Nobody had a clue what time
was still to be played. Yeah,
you know, it was, and at one point the clock got reset as well. They put it back by about 4 minutes or something.
Yeah.
And we're sitting watching it thinking, there's no idea. I've got no idea how much time's left in this.
Yeah, that's the thing we added with injury time. If it's no like, American football where like you say, the clock just stops and football just continues on, and we just try and figure out how much sort of time has been missed, and then you play for that. But that's Malaga fans didn't get that kind of thing very often. So to experience that would have been amazing.
Watch me doing another bridge again. You know who also played that match in Tarragona? Dani Lorenzo. And you know who had a press conference today?
Yes.
Dani Lorenzo. And Paul, you were a big fan of the press conference.
I read the press conference, yeah. And I thought he had a lot of good things to say, yeah. Are you going to take us through what he said?
Good news for you, because I will tell you what he said in the press conference. Dani Lorenzo said his big goal is to help Malaga CF to get promoted to Primera División. It's what he and most of the team are focused on this season. He rejected offers in the winter transfer window and made it clear he wanted to stay and fight for Malaga for the club's ambition, showing full commitment to Malaga CF. He rejected offers, people.
Yeah.
That's that's news. I didn't know that.
He
No.
obviously believes in the project, Chris. Do you know what I mean? Which is good.
It makes total sense.
Yeah.
Lorenzo shared that he hopes his renewal contract is close and that he feels valued at the club. He also expressed a wish that Loren Juarro stays too because of the great work he's doing.
That's good coming from the players, isn't it?
Yeah. He is doing a good job with the contracts. He's tied up a lot of important contracts. Just one remaining, which is Daniel Lorenzo, but we can't knock the guy for that. He has been getting business done within the club internally, as in getting guys tied up on new contracts. So, you know, for that, he deserves a bit of applause for that.
But then you ask me, Chris, did he also talk about the upcoming match against Granada? Of course, guys, he did. He talked about the upcoming derby against Granada, highlighting it as a lovely match with healthy rivalry and something the team wants to win to keep up the positive momentum. Lorenzo also stressed the importance of staying true to the team's identity and style of play, with patience and confidence being key to success. He reflected also on bouncing back after last season's injury, feeling in great form now, and being grateful for the consistency and the game time. And that was about it.
Yep.
Then we go.
Good to hear that his contract renewal's close to being completed. And I think if I read it as well, that he wasn't bothered about it. He knows it'll get sorted, and he's not. Yeah. He's left it in the hands of his representatives because he knows it'll get sorted, and he's relaxed about it. So that's
probably
good.
lets you know that there's been contact between the club and the agent just to say, look, we've not forgot about you, which is, like you say, guys, is good news. That obviously there probably is work being done in the background to get him tied up.
When Malaga posted in the press WhatsApp that Dani Lorenzo would
We're doing a press conference.
Doing a press conference, I directly put it in our group WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And we were all like, oh, go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I've asked not the head of press because he left, but I texted the person who put it in the WhatsApp of the press, and I asked him the reason, and he said, "Oh, it's just because of the upcoming match towards." Fuck. Was there any other football this weekend? Yes, of course. And this is the longest football club name you will ever hear. Malaga Femenino won again, and this time away against. Are you ready?
Go for it.
Maspalomas Costa Canaria C de Juan Grande.
Or just Juan Grande.
Yeah. Yeah. But I've checked, and their Twitter account is Maspalomas Costa Canaria C de Juan Grande.
Christ. That's a tongue twister.
It's a very loved place to go on holiday. So if you ever go on holiday to the Canary Islands, and you always go to Maspalomas.
Yeah, that's a big spot for the Brits, Chris. The Brits love going to the Canaries.
And you want to see a bit of footy, you should definitely go to Maspalomas Costa Canaria C de Juan Grande. Malaga won 1-3 with goals of Yesenia, Alicia, and Arantxa. This keeps them second on the table with 8 points less than the leader, Extremadura.
They haven't lost since October.
That's crazy. What a run that is, by the way.
Yeah.
That's the great one.
10 wins and 1 draw.
Crazy, isn't it?
Are we doing a promotion party for them as well? Because it's like, how many in a season?
Sure. You can host 2 promotion parties because the team I'm going to talk about next, I don't see them. I think it's even impossible when you look at the table for them to promote.
We can do a relegation party for them then.
Yeah, it's Atletico Malagueño. They lost in the away match, 3 in away match against Águilas 3-1. Is that strange? No, because Águilas are the leader on the table.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's what it is, isn't it? I mean, I think we said before, they got promoted last season. And it's a young team, isn't it? And it'll do their experience, no end of good playing at that level. So it is what it is, you know.
Most of the best players are obviously with the first team as well. So
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? It's like it doesn't. That's probably not helped them either. That the fact that all the decent ones are probably playing first team football, which is good though, because there's a clear pathway to the first team. A lot of youth teams don't have that, you know. So they'll just, as you say, Paul, it's a big learning curve for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here it comes. Now, Caden, we're going to talk about the preview against this Saturday's weekend, and it's not any Saturday because this weekend, on the 28th of February, is the one and only day, Dia de Andalucía, Day of the Region of Andalucía, with an Andalusian derby. We play at 6 o'clock. I probably did everything to get a hold on a ticket. But I'm not traveling to Granada because it's impossible to get a ticket. That said, Granada in the last matches, well, Paul said it already. 3 losses and 2 wins. And one of the wins was at home against Racing de Santander.
Yeah.
So we can say that their manager Pacheta finally has it back on track a bit.
Yeah, good manager, isn't he? But yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. It took him some time to get the job done, but
yeah,
I mean, we can say that they luckily, and I'm very happy about it because I don't think Granada should be in a relegation spot. I can also say the same, of course, about Real Zaragoza, but it's good to at least see Granada out of the relegation.
It's you don't want to see them down there, but you also it's good for us that we're not actually competing with them at the moment for the playoff places. So the longer it takes them to creep up the league, the better for us.
Yeah. Well, that's a few months ago, wasn't it? We were lurking about down there, and we were like, "Are we ever going to get away from this?" And it's a hard league to win games in, and these teams are finding that out. If you're not performing, then it's very, very hard to put wins together. But like you say, guys, we don't need to worry about that. We're up the other end of the table now, so we're looking at, we've got our sights set on going forward rather than looking behind us.
Then, if I say Granada, what player do you think of?
Well,
current player.
Lucas Zidane in the goal. Is great keeper.
Yeah.
Did we ever? He had a bit of a not so. He made a little mistake last weekend against.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah. Hopefully he can. Yeah, he's still a good keeper though. But yeah,
for me, I think it's a big guy Petit, because I think the only goal that he scored this season was against Malaga. The striker, I think he's got 1 goal, and I think it was scored against us the last time we played. So, and he's a big guy. He's a big, strong. He's a big target man. So he's a big handful.
Yeah.
So I just think that, you know what we're like with crosses at times. We're sometimes not the best organised at crosses. And if what Chris is saying is right, with Aina not being in the defence, then we might not be as steady as we usually are. But it's definitely you always look forward to derbies, don't you?
The one thing I find surprises me a bit that Lucas Zidane has an Algerian passport.
Yeah.
Is he not?
They're Algerian. His dad's
Yeah.
Algerian as well. They just.
Has he not gone? He's playing for Algeria, isn't he? Is he not?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
He's gone and started playing for them. Yeah.
But he's
Most
still,
of France is like that. If you went through the whole
Yeah.
French national side, half of them are African descent.
Yeah.
Half of them are, they're whether it be Senegalese or, they're not full. I think if you were to say, look, we need a team full-bodied Frenchmen, you'd be taking all these guys out. Maybe Griezmann would be left.
Yeah.
That's a lot of them are sort of dual citizens, I think.
I mean, he's still young. Could he ever become? Is it possible for? Would it be possible for him to
Don't know.
get?
If he's played for he's played for the full international team, I don't think he
Yeah,
can.
no, you can't anymore. But does he has the
Yeah.
quality? Would he have?
Oh.
Would he have had the quality to play for France?
He's still a bit young, isn't he? It's a bit difficult to say.
Yeah, and I think with that age, you still have the possibility because he's a
Yeah.
very good goalkeeper, and
Yeah.
and I don't seem to remember that we won, and maybe we did any match against Lucas Zidane.
No. Can't remember. No.
You think of Lucas Zidane? Any other player that comes to your mind when we talk about Granada?
Well,
No,
there's
I just like to say the big striker that scored against us the last time.
the two wingers, I think, for me. Sorry, the two wingers for me. That Faye boy, and the boy they got from Osasuna, Arnaith. He's a very good player.
So when I say Ruben Alcaraz,
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not playing, though, is he?
yeah, he's not playing.
He's not playing.
That's right.
Yeah, so we don't have to worry about him.
But we know that he isn't playing because I put it on the agenda.
Well, I knew he wasn't playing as well.
Oh, but I don't send the agenda out to our listeners because they don't know what's coming yet.
Good point.
But yeah, they're missing. They're having a bit of a problem in the center of the pitch because Ruben Alcaraz has an injury on his hamstring, which he got in the last match against Ceuta.
Yeah.
And they are also missing Sergio Ruiz, who they expect back at the start of March, but it doesn't look like he will make it to the to this weekend's match. Their top scorer is Pedro Alemán, but he isn't German. It's a funny joke. Most assists is Suleiman.
Yeah.
6 assists. And most suspended player is Ruben Alcaraz, but we won't see him anyways. What do you expect? How do you expect Granada to play, Paul?
Well, they're usually at home. It's the wings, isn't it? That's a lot of their play going forward. High wing play and overloads on the wings, and that's probably where they'll be the most dangerous for us. And that's where I think just exactly what we were talking about earlier on. The fullbacks getting help from Larubia and Joaquin to nullify that threat. But they do high press as well. So if we can break that press, I think that's where the game could be won for us.
I think that's a good thing. I think our style of play works better against a team as Granada
Yeah.
than Mirandes.
Yes.
Granada's going to come at you and open up against you. Whereas a team like Miranda, you've seen them. They just sit and defend. They didn't leave you much space in attack. Whereas we, like you say, Paul, guys, we're probably going to be able to exploit a lot of the space that they give us just through their own try to attack themselves.
Yeah.
I just hope we didn't get drawn into the physical sort of stupid, like getting players sent off, silly bookings. You know what derbies are like. It can be quite blood and thunder at times. We just didn't need any unnecessary red cards, early yellow cards. Players just need to keep their head and just play their football. Because for me, Malaga are a better football team than Granada.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we still need to go and play the game. So I do think that we have players that can hurt them. So we just need to wait and see how the game pans out.
when I look at their team, I see they have 5 goalkeepers.
Are they worried about us then? Are they? They played all 5.
It could be a 5-4-1-1.
Yeah, yeah.
What should Malaga do?
Play their own game. I
Yeah.
don't see why we shouldn't be. We should be looking at other teams at the moment the way we're playing, particularly last weekend. I don't see why we should be looking at other teams and changing the way we play to suit them. We should be worried about us, not us worried about them.
Yeah. For me, defend properly.
Yeah.
Get the ball forward to the danger men quickly. Get Daniel Lorenzo on the ball. He'll start play. Get out wide. Joaquin, Larubia are running at defenders, making sure we're getting enough people in the box to create chances. I just think that when we play our football, we're a very, very dangerous team to play against. And obviously that's the main thing for me is attacking properly, picking the right times to attack, no being silly and just throwing bodies forward. But I do think that we have definitely got the players that can hurt them. If we play, get quick counter-attacks. Like Paul said, overloads on the wings, full-backs, linking up with wingers. And I think that we're more than capable of winning this game. I know we say that obviously derby matches, but I just feel that if Malaga played our game that I think we can beat Granada. I really do.
Given Einar's not playing, who do we replace him with? Because I would go with Montero.
Yeah, I think yeah. I would go with Montero as well.
And if I compare Montero with
Recio. Yeah.
I think Montero is the right
Yeah.
player to start.
Yeah.
Recio looked a bit shaky. What game was it, Chris? Was it Mirandes that he came in and played?
Mirandes,
And he
yeah.
looked really nervous, and I think that taking that into consideration, going away to Granada, I think Montero and Murillo will be probably the best pairing that we could probably put out. That's a great shout, guys. Yep.
Yeah.
I want to put out a stat because
Why not?
It doesn't have to do with Granada. Funes. 14 matches, 9 wins, 2 draws, and 3 losses.
Good start to his career, isn't it?
Pretty good, isn't it?
And you think about it as well, though, Chris, Paul. The losses have came to teams in the relegation zone, basically. We weren't even we've beat all the supposed better teams. We've lost games against the teams that are fighting for their life.
Yeah. I think, as I said earlier on, not a lot of disruption, but losing his starting 11. There's been a couple of changes in there, and which maybe hasn't helped. And
True.
And it's exactly what Chris says. You're playing against these teams who are relegation threatened and are sitting in.
Yeah.
There is another stat effect I wanted to share with you as well, which is a probably funny fact, and it isn't about me. This week, exactly 1 year ago, Paul Hanahan, together with Luke Chambers, were in Granada.
We were, yeah.
Which match did you go to?
I think they were playing Racing. At that point, we'd gone to Malaga. We were playing on the Friday night, so we went to Granada on the Saturday, on the bus, and the game was, I think it was the 6 o'clock game, I think it was, but we had to get back to get the train, so we left with about 5 minutes to go, and it was 2-0 Granada. When we got on the tram outside the ground, it was 2-2, so we missed 2 goals by the time we walked from the ground to the tram, which is about a 3-minute walk.
That's the good of football, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever go on a Malaga away match against Granada?
No.
No, you obviously been to Granada.
I've been to Granada a few times to see Granada games, but not the Malaga.
I visited 2 seasons ago when we were in Primera Ref, Granada, Malaga, and it's the best away day you can have.
Really?
Yeah.
That was because we took over then. That was because we had about 5,000 fans there at that point.
Yeah, as well.
That's classy.
Oh, but Granada is like the best away day, and after La Rosaleda, for me, it's the best day out in football in Spain, because it's in a beautiful city. I went by train. Once you get to the central station of Granada, you see Sierra Nevada on the background with a lot of snow, a beautiful city. You take the metro to Los Carmenes. That's the neighborhood the stadium is in, and once you get to Los Carmenes, it's every beer you order, you get a plate of tapas.
Oh, nice.
Not just Los Carbones, you get that all over the city.
Yeah, but you get it all over the city. But I mean, once you arrive in Los Carmenes, because that's where you're going, with every beer you order, you get a free top. It's
Next time you're there, Chris, look out for Bar Riviera. Because when you go in and you order your beer, they give you the menu. You can pick any tapas you want.
oh really?
Yeah, so it's not just, well, we'll give you that one, we'll give you that one. They hand you the menu and say, right, which one do you want? Which is fantastic.
That's
I
very
was-
good.
I hung out with Matt there, and Matt is a vegetarian. And every beer we ordered, there was something with meat.
That's okay.
And then at one point we got migas, so I said, "Here, Matt, you can have all the
You can
migas."
have all that.
But it's an amazing day out. So I'm really upset that I'm not going this season.
Yeah.
Didn't go last season because I also tried last season. We also have to talk about their kids because we didn't do them yet.
Okay.
When I looked at their kids, I got very, very, very excited. And I've been critical over the last few weeks. But now, let's start with the home kit.
It's Granada all over, isn't it? That's it. There's nothing much
Yeah.
more you can say about that.
No red and white hoops.
No, I like the design. It's Granada. It's simple. It has details. It has a big Adidas logo on it. I like that. And it's just a Granada shirt with the Adidas stripes on the shoulder, which is nice. And I also like the fact how it has that line. You see that line?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The two lines in the
On
middle.
the
of the-
ribs.
Yeah.
It's great detail. It has details, but still keeps it a normal Granada shirt.
It's got a bit of a retro look to it, doesn't it? There's no, like you say, there's no too many like designs on it. It's just red and white hoops. Like you said, Chris, 3 wee bits down the sort of ribs. But apart from that, it's got a wee bit of a retro look. There's no too much. They've not done too much to it, but it's a nice kit. I can't buy into red, white, and blue, guys. Sorry.
Now we're going to the third kit. I'm not a fan of grey kits. I
No.
don't like it. The colors off for me.
It's
two-tone grey.
Yeah, the grey's a bit. Yeah.
What do you
Although,
reckon
having
if
said
they're-
that, though,
Yeah. On you go, Paul.
I was going to say, it's far better than last season's third kit or the away
Yeah.
kit with that monstrosity green, white. And the away one was exactly the same, blue and white. It was just a mess.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've tried to. I'm trying to defend it. I was thinking of ways to defend it. If you have a very boring uncle who does administration work and you don't know what to give him for his birthday,
That's what you're buying them.
this is the perfect shirt. And let's not forget, it's the third kit.
Yeah.
The third. So how often do they play in there?
I think they could make it a bit better by swapping the lighter grey with white. If it was like grey and white rather than grey and light grey, take the light grey away.
If I'm honest, I think they've put all the work in the first two.
And just
And
went,
care
fuck
about
it for the last one.
We don't care about the third.
No.
Just
There was a reason, a huge reason why I waited with the second kit. Why I did the third kit before? Because if you talk about football kits and rating a football kit 10 out of 10, We can stop here. We can stop here.
That's QPR, Morton.
Aye. What are we rating?
Look at this.
That's again, it's clean, isn't it?
Yeah. It's the exact same as the home one, but just
Yeah.
But the color's so nice. It's so
Yeah,
good.
that is like a QPR top ball, eh?
yeah,
After the Malaga home kits, because I think the Malaga home kits, not home kits. I mean, after all the away kits I've seen this
Yeah.
season, and Malaga's away kits are just outstanding, next level.
Hummel have been really good for a lot of teams this year, I noticed.
And,
Hummel
and
have
we-
really
yeah.
Adidas have, like in general, not just like for these strips, but in general, Adidas have they been great this year for a lot of the clubs that they've been making strips for. There's a lot of fans that aren't happy with the sort of the kits that Adidas have been producing, but just with the Hummel ones that for obviously us being Malaga fans and the ones that we're getting and seeing other clubs kits for Hummel, like Hummel have really impressed me this year with the style and the standard of some of the with a lot of their strips. But that's nice, the blue and white.
it's just nice. And what I also like, and I didn't want to push it too far, but if you look at the training stuff and the pre-match shirts,
Yeah,
they are incredible of Granada.
yeah.
They are really incredible. So after the Malaga away kits, for me, this I have to rate it this a 10 out of 10.
Wow. 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
Fair dues, man.
because it's just a football kit.
Yeah.
It's a football kit. The colors are right. If you look at the badge, it's well, I don't know. You have to like it, but I like the way they did the badge.
Yeah.
The way they did that. Just really like it.
Fair enough.
So
So what do you like? Is that the one you like the best out of the freedom, Chris? That's your favourite?
I mean, the home kit and the second kit are the same. The first kit and the second are the same,
Yeah.
but different colors. And I like the fact how they used the blue.
Yeah.
of
So if you're
the-
picking one, what one are you picking? You can't sit on the fence with these two, mate. What one are you picking? If you're that one,
I mean, when I don't know what the actual colors are of Granada, but when you go to the page, when you're on their website, they say about this one going back to our roots.
right? So there's a bit
Well, I don't know if
of history to it.
if their history was blue and white, but if it is, then it's this one.
Yeah. But you've got to look at it like this as well. If you've only got 60, I was going to say 60 quid, but in your case, 60, 70 euros, and you go into the shop, what one are you buying? You can only pick one. You've only got £70, 70 euros in your pocket. What one are you buying?
If you have 78 euros in your pocket, you walk away with nothing, because this shirt costs 85 euros.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Well, if you've got 85 euros in your pocket,
I would probably go with the blue and white one.
yeah, no, they both are nice. I like the blue and white one. Is nice. Just for the fact it's no red, white, and blue.
We always end the podcast with something cultural. This week, of course, as well. But we keep it close to what we love most. And I even brought the image this week.
We're getting fancy.
God, that's an old main entrance. That is it? No.
The old gate of La Rosaleda. The first thing you notice is how simple it looks. Whitewashed walls, a curved Andalusian arch, the old crest above it, CDM for Club Deportivo Malacitano, the name Malaga carried before it became Malaga CF, and before you see, the moment I bring images, everything goes wrong. and beneath it, the word that still means everything to a city, La Rosaleda. This entrance was part of the original Estadio La Rosaleda, opened on the 13th of April 1940 in Malaga. Built in the hard years after the Civil War, it wasn't raised with luxury or grand ideas. It was built with effort, with pride, with what little there was back then. There were no corporate boxes, no polished concourses, just concrete iron gates and men in flat caps queuing with coins in their hands. The stadium stood by the Guadalmedina River, and this gate was one of the ways in, a threshold between ordinary life and 90 minutes of hope. Above the arch, in the photography, you can see a man painting the facade. Even that tells a story. Stadiums weren't brands, they were cared for by hand, maintained by workers, owned by the people who walked through those doors. In 1940, the club was still Sede Malacitano. In 1948, after restructuring and hardship, it became Malaga Club de Football. But this entrance witnessed both names. It saw promotions and relegations and saw generations pass through. Fathers lifting sons to see over the turnstiles, saw seasons of struggle and flashes of glory. By the late 90s, La Rosaleda was rebuilt almost entirely. The modern stadium rose in concrete and steel, expanded to over 30,000 seats. Most of the original structure disappeared. Entrances like this were either demolished or absorbed into history. But what it means hasn't changed. This gate represents the roots of Malaga football. Working class beginnings, a club rebuilt more than once, a city that refuses to let its badge fade. It's more than a brick and plaster. It's where thousands first stepped into belief, where hope echoed against simple white walls, where Malaga learned that no matter the division, no matter the hardship, the doors would open and the people would come, and that more than any other renovation or modern stand is what La Rosaleda really stands for.
No of that.
I think it's a stunning entrance.
It is. I've got a painting of that.
I think it's really stunning.
Yeah.
And not only in Malaga, but all over Europe and all over the world. I think it's a shame that these entrances and these old football stadiums that we lost all of this.
Yeah.
I know, I totally agree. I was just going to say the same thing, Chris. It's a shame that we just don't see like things like this anymore. You know, this is what we're fans for. You know, but you didn't. The saying goes, you didn't pick your club picks you, and it's always based on, you know, generations of who your family. You support Malaga because family support Malaga. Do you know what I mean? And that's just the way it is. And you support the club and you love the history that the club built on, and all these kind of things. Just, you know, it's like you say, it's a shame that we didn't get to see enough of this anymore in modern football. But to know that Malaga has that kind of history is very nice to know.
Yeah. And it's just the same because if you still had this entrance nowadays,
Yeah.
they would never ever take it down.
No, that would be, yeah. It'd be preserved, it'd be
Yeah.
looked after. But yeah, it's like you say, they probably can't build stuff like that anymore. Do you know what I mean? Unfortunately,
Well, it's a shame.
yeah.
What is also a shame is that we have to say sorry, Joe, again.
So
And this
Joe,
week we have to say sorry, Joe, again, because we're into our 1 hour and 20 minutes of podcast, and we didn't make it to the 45 minutes. We
Joe,
aim for every
so
week.
sorry. Like
And it's not,
we won't get this down to under an hour for him. 100%.
It's not that we're not trying, Joe. It's just that we're having a fun time. We have a lot to explain.
Yeah.
We have a lot to say. Caleb tried this week. He tried very hard. He
I did.
tried to finish the podcast in 3 minutes.
Yes.
But we are sorry
I jumped 5 sections at one point.
next week, but it's just too much fun talking about Malaga again. So we are sorry. Let's hope Malaga wins. So we can have another. Next week we'll try and do 45 minutes. That's it. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Caleb.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you all for listening. My name is Chris Marquez. You have been watching or listening to the Malaga Insiders. If you made it up there here, you enjoyed it, and let us know what time you think the podcast should last for. If you're still up to here. No, but what I also want to mention, because I wanted to say it last week, we got, or this week, we got a very nice comment of a listener.
Oh,
And if there is one thing that is what I like most about doing the podcast, and the only reason why we continue doing it,
yeah, that's why we do it.
I have so much things to do during the week that I like to be talking to these guys. But the only reason why we do it is for the listeners at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Don't feel the pressure, but we really like for you to comment. You can also complain. We allow that as well. But just leave a comment, because then we know how many listeners we have. Then we know where you're listening from, if you like it, if you understand Scottish people talking, all
Of
those.
course they do.
But just leave a message. Just because now it's because when we're here, it seems like we're talking to each other, and we post it somewhere, and we have no idea how many people listen or where they're from or
Yeah.
anything. So it's I really appreciate
Some feedback.
our comments.
Yeah.
You can also say that I'm the worst host there is.
Tell Carl to stop jumping.
I will probably agree.
Nah, you're fine, mate. You're keeping me on track. I mean, I would have had this podcast finished after 50 minutes if it wasn't for you reeling me back in. So you know what I mean? You're doing something right. I was away. You know, I was away after 15 minutes. Told you how much I missed you, and that I'd missed the past 2 weeks, and then I was at Granada after 25 minutes.
Okay, I think after an hour and 23 minutes, we have to push the stop button. Thank you all for listening. My name is Chris, or if you have another nickname for me, it's fine, go with it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do what people want you to do, comment, I don't know what. This was the Malaga Insiders for this week. We'll be back next week, 45 minutes. So I hope you enjoyed this extra, a lot of minutes, more than ever. Oh yeah, and before I forget, Vamos Malaga.